Hi friends, welcome back. And today also we're going to discuss about DevOps life cycle. Okay, in the previous session also in one topic time I explained about the DevOps life cycle with the plan and all right. The similar format originally DevOps life cycle there are some set of things are there. Similar format I'll go and explain you one by one. Okay, in this life cycle we can able to see some set of things. Okay, these are the main life cycle. You can able to any interview question time you can able to get the some DevOps life cycle. You can able to say this all the life cycle, and that also you can acceptable. This also acceptable. Both are meaning is comes to the same. Okay, DevOps wise we can able to say before going to life cycle we can able to see some set of information. DevOps is a best practice that enables a single team to handle the whole application lifecycle. DevOps is enables a single team to handle the whole application life cycle. Okay, and including the development, you can able to say including the development, a testing, a release, and deployment, operational, and displays and planning. These are the things they can able to do it. Okay, and it is a mix of uh, teams like a dev and operational team. Okay, it is a basically a mix of dev and operational team. Okay, we can speed up a deliverable of application as services by a business with a seed of DevOps. With, with, with these two teams, we can able to do for speeding of deliverables because we can able to do for continue integrated and continue development. Okay, and if you say example like Amazon, Netflix, and other business, overall effective embrace in DevOps to improve their customer experience. Even Facebook, and if you go for Amazon's and Netflix, these are and other companies also looking that okay business effectively they are going to develop improve their customer experience because they are going to do for every deliverables very fast. Okay, DevOps life cycle is the set of phases that include the DevOps for taking a part in a development and operational group unit and quicker software programming deliverables. DevOps follows the positive changes, techniques that consisting of code and building and testing and releases and deploying and operatings and uh, displaying and planning. These are the things they are going to take caring about. Okay, in DevOps life cycle follows the range of phases such as non-stop development and non-stop integrations and non-stop testing and non-stop monetization and non-stop feedbacks. There's a feedback is the main stage to get that everything is perfect. In case if there is any issue is there and everything they are going to get it. Okay. In case if they are facing something, the feedback will be comes and then again DevOps team will they can take care about the feedbacks based upon the feedback they can able to redeployment or something they can able to do. Okay, and sometimes the frequently used tools are so open source and are carried out primarily based on their commercial enterprise requirement. Based upon that they can able to use that as well. Okay, DevOps teams they can able to maintain and they can able to satisfactory for the deliverables. Okay, and there is a main seven phases are there. Okay, seven phases, and one is continue continuous development, okay, continuous integrated integrations, and continue testing, and continuous deployment, deployment and or continue deliverables, okay, continue monitoring, and continue feedback, continue operations. So, okay, these are the 7 phases will be there. Okay, what continue development will be there. Okay, simple ways you can able to say a development team, they are going to write some code on small or larger size, they can able to write. Okay, continue bits of rather than all that. Once they can able to do development, and is important to DevOps because they are improving the efficiency every time the piece of code to create. It is a tested, built and deployment into the production. Continued development raises the standard of the code and the stressless of the process rather than the following. Okay, availability and defects. And development team that gives a high quality of the code. Okay, simple you can able to say. Now developer one is going to develop some piece of code here. Okay, and also developer two also sorry, he can able to do some piece of code here, and developer 3 also is going to do for some piece of code. Like this n number of developers, they are going to develop in their piece of code. Okay, once they're commit once they're committing to code here, like a git repo like svn or git or something, like they are going to add the repo, they are going to do for some repo here, they can able to do for committing the code to here. From here to here they are going to commit. Okay, everybody they can able to commit one by one, and n number of members they can able to commit. Okay, and also they can able to clone. Again they are going to clone here, from here to here they can able to clone. Correct, because they are not only because developer one is the developed and he is going to commit here, and he cannot able to uh, pull because another member also developed something. If he is not cloning, then it will impact for their code, right? They are going to again they are going to clone for after that, like pulling or cloning or things they can able to do every time. Okay, every code they are going to commit and they are going to clone because other members, team members also they can able to do, right? After that they are going to do for like source control management. From there to they can able to use for any other management. These are continue integrations, they can able to do for source code. By using the source code they can able to commit the code into that location, and it will go for source code to dockers, it will go for like this. Okay, and next one is continue integration. Continue integration can be explained mainly in 4 stages, mainly explaining 4 stages. The 4 stages, like uh, getting the source code from SCM, source control management, and they can able to building building the code. Okay, and code quality review, and once it is storing the build artifacts. These are the four mainly. Okay, because what will happen, github from the source code management, When the developer develops the code on his local, the machine is pushed into the remote repository that is called GitHub or like SVN something. They can able to push and they can commit that code into there, or cloning that pulling purpose, and they can able to clone their requirement based upon that. Okay, and this is the one. And then once it is created, then we can able to create a Maven. There is a Maven also will come. Maven, we can build that them into the required package like war file or jar file, air file, and can test that JUnit cases. JUnit based upon the developers, they are going to test something, the piece of code. Okay, and another things like Sonar Cubes. There is a Sonar Cube performance code quality reviews where it is measuring the quality of the source code and generate the report and in the form of HTML or PDF format. Okay, once the Sonar Cube is completed, they can able to Nexa is the one for storing the build artifacts. Nexa is the Nexa for storing the build artifacts will help the help us to store the artifacts that are built by using Maven, and their whole process is achieving by their continuous integration tools like a Jenkins. Okay, and continue testing. Any form of the deployment continue testing with the us for Agile and DevOps methodology, because without Agile they cannot able to do for DevOps, right? That depending on our needs, we can perform the continue testing using the automation testing tools such as Test Sigma and Selenium Lambda or something. They can able to based upon organization, they can able to test their application and everything. With tools we can test our code to prevent the problems and code smiles, as will the test quickly and intelligent. Okay, and also with that continue integration platform like Jenkins and entire process can be automated, which another added for beneficiary. If you see something like any organization real time, what will happen in this particular section for continue testing? Automation, in case if that particular project having automation, right? They will do some sanity test or smoke test of the scripts they will create. Okay, while developer develop the something code and they're going to commit the code, right? Once they committed that the SVN or Git repo they are going to do, right? And immediately build will be started. Once the build is started, then there is a small sanity check or smoke test will be run into our, it's a continue integrations, right? Once the deployment and our application, our code will be run to that particular deployment code. Okay, once the deployment code is running time, if our script is failing, that deployment will be cancelled until unless we fix the script. Whether we need to identify like testers need to be identified, like whether it is application side or coding side or something, the testers script wise, which is the one it is having the issue, they need to identify, they need to give the justification. Once they like without any fail, if that is passed, then they can able to move for the next step. Otherwise they cannot able to make it, because they are going to create for artifacts. Once the artifacts is created with the errors, then that is a big problem to resolving also. Okay, that will happen. The scripting language, with any language they can able to do that integrated with the Jenkins. Okay, and after that they can able to, once the testing team is done and they can able to make, yes, it is a perfect, there is no issue on that particular one, then they can able to go for deployment place or delivery place. They can able to go for in this section. The testing team is give the perfect things, then they can able to go for deployment or deliverable size. Okay, and here also what will happen in the continue deployment is a process of automatically deploying an application into a production environment when it has been completed testing and the build stage. Okay, while automating everything from the obtain for the application source code for deployment coding time. Okay, and here is basically continued deployment location also. It will go for first code and unit test, because the tester's code will be goes, and then it will go for integrations, and then again it will go for acceptance. This is the flow it will goes. Okay, acceptance testing. Once acceptance testing also perfect, then there is no issue, then they will go for deployment. Okay, this is the way it will go for continue deployment. And continue delivery, how it will goes, right? Everything same, everything same, but only a year acceptance test is there, right? After acceptance test, there is a manual deployment will be presented, deployment to the production, because that process they need to get some uh, approvals and all. Okay, that's why they can able to make it for here. Continue deployment. This is a continued deployment. Automatically it will go the process. Once the testing team is done that testing and everything, then it will go for development and deployment in the production side, and the continued deliverables, right? The small change here, manual. Here it will come another phase that is called manual, manual deploy, manual deploy. This is the one it will comes, and deployment into the production. Okay, like we can able to say a developer code locally, then they are going to commit the remote repository, then they can able to get, they can able to pull and clone something code, and they can able to integrate with the Jenkins, with the Maven Apache. Once it is available, then they are going to create for Docker image. We can able to deploy Kubernetes also. Okay, and continue monitoring. Continue monitoring is nothing but the life cycle will incomplete of there was no continue monitoring. Continue monitoring can be achieved with the help of promotion, promotions and the gathering. We can able to continually monitor, and we can able to notifies it like before anything goes wrong with the help of promotions, and we can able to gather many performance measurements including CPU and memory utilizations and network traffic and application response time, error rate, and other things. These are the parameter we can able to get, and we can able to do for continue monitoring, because without CPU utilization and memory we cannot able to run our application. If there is issue with the memory or CPU, then again we can able to get some performance issue, and application time also the response time also it will increase. And network traffic, there is a main is network traffic. A number of users increases, application burden will be increases, right? That moment also our application will be a less performance, that also will make that users will be irritate. Okay, that also it will happen. Okay, these are the main parameters they can able to consideration, and they can able to do for continue monitoring that particular applications. And continue feedback. Continue feedback is nothing but once the application is released into the market, like users using that particular application, and they will give some like some feedback about the performance of the application and quality of the artifacts and user experience. After getting a multiple feedbacks from the end user, the DevOps team will be analyze that entire feedbacks. What are the feedbacks they are getting, right? The DevOps team they can able to analyze everything and given the end user, and the reach out to that developer team tries to reactly that mistakes, what are the mistakes happen, they are performed in the piece of code. By there we can reduce the errors and bugs that which are usually currently deployment, and they can able to product that much more effectively results from the end user perspective. And necessary things they can able to changes, and they can able to deploy that application again and again. Once they deploy that entire application one more time, and again they continually feedbacks will be increases or decreases the based upon that previous changes. They can able to again one more time they need to get the feedbacks, right? In case if they get again more, why it is getting more, already we fix something, again there is a issue, what type of issues, and last time what they fix and what they are doing now. Those are analysis again they can do. Again they can able to sit into the developer and they can re-explanation and they can do for another implementation and deployment. If that feedbacks are increased like a good way, then they can able to normal ways. In case a bad way, they can have, again they need to recheck with the developer team. Okay, this is the happen. Okay, and the final one is continue operations. Continue operations is nothing but we can able to highly applications uptime are implementing a continue operations, which is associated with the cut down on maintenance downtimes. Like in case if you are a real-time employee, you can able to see there is a mails comes to you like we have shut down time this time to this time, application maintenance time, like this we can able to see because of they are going to upgrading their application. That's why they are going to use that particular operations. Even in real time also, like whenever you opening for some SB application or some banking applications, right? They have some certain time to deployments time. Okay, that moment the operational team will do for some before intimation. There is a downtime for this particular times. Don't do any operation like that. We can able to get this all the things they are going to consideration and without impacting the end users, they are going to maintaining better quality of application giving purpose they are going to do for this all the things. In case if they are not intimated to anyone, if they are doing middle of that, in case that is not working as expected, users will feel a bad way. Due to that they are going to reducing that impacting. For this they are going to do for continue operations, they are going to informing everything like that. Okay, this is all the life cycle of DevOps. I hope it this information is helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.